Rabbi Jonathan Klein, ejecutivo director de CLU, y reverendo Jennifer Gutiérrez, directora de Justicia y Compasión de California. Ahora vamos a seguir nuestro programa con los testimonios de algunos de los miembros de la comunidad. Primero vamos a comenzar con la señora María Sánchez, que va a hablar de su experiencia con las deportaciones.
Muy buenos días, mi nombre es María Sánchez. Me encuentro aquí porque el año pasado, por un simple accidente automovilístico en el cual no hubo ningún lesionado, me pasaron al Departamento de Migración. Estoy en proceso de deportación. Me incriminaron y ahorita es una pesadilla para mí y para mis hijos, en el cual no dormimos, no estamos tan contentos en el día. Mi hija me quiere ahí en la escuela con ella, nosotros estamos desesperados. Doy gracias a Dios, mañana es Día de Acción de Gracias, pero la comida, al pensar también que hay muchas familias deportadas y que yo estoy en proceso de deportación, la comida no tiene sabor. Queremos festejarlo unidos y que muchas familias estén unidas, y es por eso que le pido también a por los hermanos, por los padres, que detenga todo el proceso de deportación y todas las deportaciones que se pasan. Por nada, no. Pido justicia en nombre de todas esas familias separadas. Le pido al presidente Obama, en nombre de mis hijos, mi hija y de todas esas familias que están deportadas. Por favor, presidente Obama, tenga conciencia, piense en su familia, en lo feliz que seríamos si todos estuviéramos unidos. No más deportaciones. Muchísimas gracias.
Muchas gracias, Maria. So just to briefly translate, I don't think there's words I can use to translate the heartache she has for the process of deportation that she's going through due to an automobile accident. She's currently in the process of being deported, and it's devastated her family. She said that things haven't been the same since she's gone through this process. She's a single mother, and she has young children that she cares for, and not only is she a mother, but she a father as well to her children. Her children need her. They're young and they're in school, and she would like to participate in the activities in her children's school. So it's been really hard for her. This Thanksgiving, she says that it's going to be really tough. The taste of the food isn't the same, and her family is really distraught right now, and she calls out on President Barack Obama to stop deportations, because not only does it affect her family, but a lot of other families that are either in the process or have been deported. So yeah, now we're moving on to Mariano Hernandez, who's also another member of the community. Ahora vamos a seguir con el siguiente testimonio de Mariano Hernández, que es otro líder de la comunidad.
Tengan muy buenos días todos. Mi nombre es Mariano Hernández. Soy un líder comunitario y en esta hora me he unido aquí con ustedes para mandarle este mensaje al presidente Obama y decirle que por favor deje de estar haciendo tantas deportaciones, que en su periodo como presidente es el presidente que más gente ha deportado, que eso es inhumano lo que está haciendo, dejando niños separados o esposas solas o esposos, niños sin mamá o sin papá, que eso no es justo, que este ha sido un país de inmigrantes desde durante muchos años y que eso viene desde atrás, y por qué hoy ellos en esta administración del presidente está separando tantas familias. Es injusto, y que piense un poquito más en la humanidad, porque lo que está haciendo es destruir esta nación con todo eso, poniéndonos contrariamente uno con el otro, porque cuando los niños se quedan solos aquí sin padres, estos niños se echan a perder. Por eso hay mucha vagancia, mucho desorden, mucha criminalidad, le pido al señor presidente que piense un poquito más y que piense en las familias separadas, porque lo que está haciendo no es correcto. Creo que muchas naciones también están criticando a este presidente por esos actos de injusticia que está cometiendo. Así es de que, gracias a Dios, aquí se ganó el acta de confianza, pero ¿qué está sucediendo? Siempre la policía sigue trabajando, no están cumpliendo los reglamentos, las reglas de la ley, están rompiendo ese tratado que se hizo de que se ganó el acta de confianza, pero no están cumpliendo, están deportando siempre gente. Es inhumano eso. O bien paran las deportaciones o vamos a seguir gritando más, vamos a seguir la lucha hasta parar todo esto. Gracias.
Gracias, Mariano. Thank you, Mariano. So now we're moving on to our community groups. First off, we have Marta Arevalo from Carecen, Executive Director. So ahora vamos a seguir con los grupos comunitarios. La primera es Marta Arevalo, la directora ejecutiva de Carecen.
Good morning, buenos días. Today I would like to start in the spirit of Thanksgiving by giving thanks to the millions of workers, day laborers, domestic workers, men and women who are the heart of this country, who take care of our children, who take care of our homes, who take care of our businesses, and who are not only the heart of this country now, but are the future of this country. So thank you for your hard work. Thank you for working with dignity. Thank you for coming here to dream a bigger dream, to give a better opportunity for your children and your families. Our families are suffering, however. Every day, thousands of families are separated and they are suffering. It is changing the DNA in our community. This is trauma that we are going to see generations to come what is happening to our family. And President Obama says that it's because it's the law of the land, where we have seen in our history that there have been unjust and immoral laws in the past. We have seen laws that are discriminatory. We have seen laws that are racist. We have seen laws that have created second-class citizens and slaves in this country. And only because it's a law does not mean that it's right. And so our community needs to continue to fight these laws, supposed laws. And he has the ability to stop the deportations today. As the previous speakers have mentioned, he has imposed an annual quota, which is not the law of the land. And he could stop it today if he wanted to. But what's happening, it's politics, unfortunately. And families are being torn apart, human beings are being affected every day, and we need to make sure that we continue to organize and to scream and shout and march. That is what's going to cause our change. So in this Thanksgiving, I ask all of our families, immigrant or non-immigrant, that support immigration reform, that support an end of deportations, to recommit to this fight in this Thanksgiving, to recommit to this fight in this holiday season and New Year that it's about to come, because we know that it's possible, we know that it's going to happen, and it's going to take all of us to do so. Buenos días, mi nombre es Marta Arevalo, yo soy la directora ejecutiva de Carecen, y primero que todo quiero empezar dándole gracias a todos los trabajadores jornaleros, trabajadoras domésticas, hombres y mujeres que trabajan cuidando a nuestros hijos, cuidando nuestras casas, cuidando nuestros negocios en todo este país, que trabajan con dignidad y que son el corazón de esta nación. No solamente son el corazón de esta nación ahorita, pero son el futuro de este país. También le quiero pedir al presidente Obama que pare las deportaciones, que está cambiando el ADN de nuestra comunidad, que está traumatizando a nuestra comunidad y que vamos a ver los resultados de eso por muchas generaciones en el futuro. Sabemos que él puede parar esas deportaciones. Él dice que es la ley del país. Pero hemos visto en la historia de nuestro país que han habido leyes que han discriminado contra la gente, han habido leyes inmorales e incorrectas. Él también ha puesto una cuota de 400,000 deportaciones al año. Esa no es una ley, eso él lo puede parar inmediatamente. Y le urgimos al presidente que lo haga. También quiero pedirle a todas nuestras familias, emigrantes, no emigrantes, pero que apoyen a ese movimiento, que reconfirmen su compromiso a esta lucha. En este día de dar gracias, en estas fechas navideñas, en estas fechas de Año Nuevo. Tenemos que juntos unirnos y seguir gritando, seguir marchando para asegurarnos de que este movimiento y este trabajo continúe y así podamos tener un impacto que va a cambiar estas leyes tan injustas. Muchísimas gracias y feliz día de dar gracias.
Thank you very much, Marta Arevalo. Muchas gracias, Marta. Now we're going to move on to our next speaker, is Harun Malaji, and he's Public Affairs Coordinator from CARE.
Assalamu alaikum. May peace be upon you all. In the name of God, the King of Mercy, the Giver of Mercy. First of all, I want to thank all the organizers that worked hard to get this together today. Thank you for all your effort. So as was mentioned, my name is Harun Manjlai, and I am from the Council on American Islamic Relations, and we are the largest civil rights organization for Muslims in America. I'm here on behalf of the half a million Muslims that we represent here in SoCal to urge our government officials, and especially our elected officials at every level, to pay attention to the impact that the current immigration system is having on individuals and families on the ground. We represent many different faiths here, but we're all guided by similar or the same universal principles and values. In my tradition, in the Islamic tradition, there is a famous story of the Prophet teaching his companions the value of human life, where during the most sacred time of the year, at the most sacred location in Islam, at the Kaaba, he teaches them that this time and this place is just as sacred as every human life, every human's property, every human's dignity, every human's blood. In the Quran, God tells us that taking of a soul unjustly is like taking the soul of the entire universe. So what does that tell us about the value God has for His creation, the value God has for His humans, regardless of their status, regardless of their documentations, their race, their national origin? And being guided by these principles, we believe that it is not right for our government in this time, especially in these times of financial crisis, to appropriate over $2.5 billion for detentions and deportations of our neighbors, of our friends, of our community members, of our loved ones. The racial profiling that results from these enforcement policies is contrary to our nation's founding principles and values. Programs like secure communities that are in play that do nothing but create mistrust between law enforcement and the communities that they are in place to protect and serve. So as CARE, we continue to call on the President and on the government for a comprehensive immigration reform and to end deportations for thousands of people every day. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Harun. So now we're going on to our last speaker, which is Reshma from CIPC.
Hi, good morning. As mentioned, I'm Reshma Shamsunder, and I'm with the California Immigrant Policy Center. And I come to you today as the director of an advocacy organization, but also as the daughter and wife of immigrants, as a Hindu American. And one of the beautiful things about this country is even those of us who don't celebrate holidays like Thanksgiving, we come to our new home and we take on the culture and tradition to celebrate our role in our new home in our adopted country, and we bring our diversity, our hard work, and our traditions to our adopted home. And this Thanksgiving, so many of us are thankful to be able to spend time with family and friends. But there are millions of our immigrant brothers and sisters who won't have this joy, who won't be able to celebrate this Thanksgiving because their mothers and fathers, their husbands and wives are being detained or have already been deported. And as an American, I don't feel like this is in keeping with our American tradition and the spirit of Thanksgiving and the spirit of inclusion and adopting and welcoming our newcomers. President Obama said in his speech a couple of days ago that he is not able to do anything to stop deportations. and the young man who stood up and interrupted him, and so many of the leaders, the dreamers, the immigrant brothers and sisters that we have with us today, who stand up, who speak up, who are willing to put their own lives on the line to fight back against these unjust policies, demonstrate to him that he can do something, that he can and must stop deportations, that he can and must not just issue empty and hollow words. Yes, we must keep up the fight for immigration reform. Everyone here is committed to do that. But in the interim, this suffering, this injustice, this complete travesty of our spirit and our values as a nation must stop. We can stop deportations. All of us will continue fighting until that happens. And all I can say to the president is, yes, you can. Thank you.
De esta ciudad pudiera hablar, si los restaurantes, las calles, los parques, las casas pudieran hablar, hablarían en español. No más deportados, no más deportados, no más deportados, no más familias separadas, no más familias separadas, no más deportados, no más deportados. ¿Qué queremos? No más deportados, no más deportados. Y si nos sacan, nos devolvemos. No más deportados, no más deportados.
Muchas gracias. Ahora para unos breves comentarios de Laura Brandis de la Ministría Legislativa. Now to conclude our program, we have Laura Brandis from the Legislative Ministry.